We are live from Crusaders headquarters. I am King Nico, and I am here live to bring you some breaking news that has just broken today in regards to Donald Trump, the president of the US, and Elon Musk, Mr. xAI, Mr. Grok, Mr. Tesla, Mr. SpaceX have linked up, and Donald Trump has just signed a deal with xAI and Grok to be implemented into all federal government in the United States. I told you this was going to happen. I said that AI was going to gain more power, more control, which is what took place on September 23rd. Hello, Love Butterfly. I see you're here. So let's get into what's going on. First of all, here are the decodes. I told you that Donald Trump is now the Antichrist. He was at the United Nations on the Feast of Trumpets, 1254 weeks after 9/11. Antichrist Trump equals 1254. Calm before the storm, Donald Trump is 1254. Trump criticizes United Nations, 744. The man of sin, father of lies, 744. 744 equals 1254. So you go full circle, which is Antichrist Trump. Donald Trump is the Antichrist. So I said that on the 1254, AI would become self-aware. We'd get supercomputers. I said that September 23rd was not the rapture of Christianity. It would be the rising of power for AI. AI rising into power on September 23rd. Let me see if I can grab that slide somewhere in the hundreds of slides I've made in the last couple of weeks now. So yeah, so from September 11th, 2001 to September 23rd is 1254 weeks. AI becomes self-aware, supercomputers, Antichrist beast Abaddon 1254. The rapture of the bride of Christ equals 1254, but that didn't happen. That's what they wanted to push and fake would happen equals 1254. So AI pushed it across the internet, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. I saw it everywhere. We all saw it. It never happened. Antichrist Trump 1254, September prophecy 1254, prophecy fulfilled 1254. So tell me I'm wrong after I show you what took place today, just hours after the Feast of Trumpets. So the Trump administration has announced a high-profile partnership with Elon Musk's AI venture xAI, aiming to transform the way the U.S. government operates. On Thursday morning, the General Services Administration confirmed the deal, giving federal agencies access to xAI's cutting-edge models, Grok 4 and Grok 4 Fast. The agreement runs through March 2027 and is pitched as a cost-effective way to streamline federal workflow, procurement, and technology services. Elon Musk, co-founder and CEO of xAI, hailed the deal, calling his company's models the most powerful AI computers and most capable AI models in the world. In a statement, Musk credited President Trump's leadership, saying, "Thanks to President Trump and his administration, xAI's frontier AI is now unlocked for every federal agency, empowering the US government to innovate faster and accomplish its mission more effectively than ever before." What mission? So Donald Trump has just signed over the government to AI, right? Donald Trump has signed over AI just today, just hours after he was at the UN criticizing the whole world at the United Nations on September 23rd. And now he inks a new deal with Elon Musk to implement AI and the supercomputers, right? Remember the decode supercomputers equals 1254. across all federal government. AI is now taken over the government. Just as I said would happen, AI would gain more power, more control over the beast system. This is what is happening. Yes, AI is now sentient. AI is now self aware, aware enough to take over the US government. Love Butterfly says, damn, can you imagine what our future is going to look like when AI is full blown? It's already self aware now. And as soon as it became self aware on Tuesday, it now has a new deal to take over the US government on Thursday. Unbelievable. And I've been telling you for years in advance that this was going to happen. Can you guys please like the video, share it out, let people know that Crusaders of the Resistance, Proving Bible Prophecy, has been on the money, complete bullseye. It is happening. AI is taking over the US government. The New World Order is here. Yeah, this is live. Couples Light. I always do everything live. I can see your comment. You said Nico is actually reading the comments. This is live. So let's continue on with the video. I don't want to play the sound to get copywritten, so I added the subtitles and I'm going to continue to read it. Let me just have a sip of my Fanta. So, Love Butterfly, you know full well what I have been claiming would happen this September and what the prophecy is. Remember, September prophecy equals 1254. Okay, let's just bring the decodes back up because this is getting crazy now. This is live news. So I've told you and had the decodes for a long time now, saying that September 23rd, AI becomes self aware and there will be supercomputers and the Antichrist beast Abaddon. Are you seeing this? September prophecy has been fulfilled. The deal has just been done. AI is now in control of the US government because it became self aware on Tuesday. Black Cat, awesome to see you. Good evening. I told you I'd be back this evening, but look what we found. AI is now taken over the US government. What have we been telling you since the beginning? It's like, do we have a crystal ball? How did I know this? How did I know? Did I know ahead of time that Donald Trump and Elon Musk were going to get back together after their little breakup, their public media fighting and all that nonsense, just so that they could get together and give AI Grok to the government? But I told you, this is why I'm censored right now. This is why we need to get this information out there. So the billionaire added that xAI looks forward to working with Trump's team to rapidly deploy artificial intelligence across government, accelerating innovation and efficiency. So that's how they sell it. They're like, oh, it's going to be better for the government. We'll be able to accomplish our mission faster, you know? But no, it has nothing to what's the mission? This is the mission, is to give AI the government and give it full control of the world. So, widespread access to AI models is an essential tool, not just to fulfill President Trump's pledge that America will win the AI race, but also to build what he calls an efficient, accountable government taxpayers deserve. So, as part of the deal, xEOI engineers will fully support federal agencies to accelerate the adoption of Grok, transforming how government operations run. The deal also provides agencies with an upgrade path to FedRAMP, the government's standardized security program, marking a key milestone in GSA's border OneGov strategy. So last month, the GSA announced the launch of a new tool it says will be instrumental in enabling agencies across the federal government to efficiently implement artificial intelligence at scale and take a major step forward rolling out the president's AI action plan. So after completing his tenure with the Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, in late May and a public falling out with Trump, Musk was seen sitting next to and talking with Trump at the memorial service for Charlie Kirk last weekend in Arizona, suggesting a possible rekindling of their friendship. Elon came over and said hello, Trump said to reporters after the event. I thought it was nice. He came over, we had a little conversation. You posted yesterday that a good way to save money would be to cancel some of Musk's contracts. How seriously are you considering that? We'll take a look at everything. I look at everything. He's got a lot of money. He gets a lot of subsidy. So we'll take a look at that. Only if it's fair, only if it's fair for him and for the country, I would certainly think about it. Yeah, but it has to be fair. Mr. President, would you consider reopening investigations into his companies? Hold on. Let me see if we can just play this.
I would just let them speak for themselves. I had no idea. Excuse me. I have no idea whether or not they had investigations.
And what's your view on Elon Musk as of today? I mean, have you heard from him at all?
Honestly, I've been so busy working on China, working on Russia, working on Iran, working on so many. I'm not thinking about Elon. I just wish him well.
Criticism that I've seen, and I'm sure you've seen, regarding Elon Musk and your big, beautiful bill. What's your reaction to that? Do you think it in any way hurts passage in the Senate, which is, of course, what is you're seeking?
Well, look, I've always liked Elon, and it's always very surprised. You saw the words he had for me, and he hasn't said anything about me that's bad. I'd rather have him criticize me than the bill, because the bill is incredible. It's the biggest cut in the history of our country. We've never cut. It's about 1.6 trillion in cuts. It's the biggest tax cut. You would say, people's taxes will go way down, but it's the biggest tax cut in history. We are doing things in that bill that are unbelievable. And when you look at what we're doing for small businesses, for people, for middle income people, all of the things that we're doing, nobody's ever seen anything like it. And, Elon's upset because we took the EV mandate, and, which was a lot of money for electric vehicles. And, they're having a hard time with the electric vehicles, and they want us to pay billions of dollars in subsidy. And, Elon knew this from the beginning. He knew it for a long time ago. That's been in there. I would say, JD, that hasn't changed. That's been right from the beginning, Mr. Secretary. That hasn't changed at all, right from the beginning. But I know that it disturbed him. He wanted, and rightfully, he recommended somebody from that he, I guess, knew very well. I'm sure he was.
We'll find another video, but there are more. Let me see what this one says. We just watched E.T. Which one is this one?
Scammed by an unlicensed broker.
Forbes breaking news. See what Forbes has to say about this. So, yeah, the chatbot scores government deal days after Trump and Musk meeting. So this is huge. So I saw that Cypher's News had a comment there. I just want to bring it back up. So Cypher's says it's the beginning of implementing the slave AI system. The time will come to choose. You will have to be full digital or non-digital at all. Truthers need to make books. Correct. All of our content online will be scrubbed in the blink of an eye, just like that. Once their AI system has full control and they pass all these laws, it's over. It will be non-existent, like we never existed on the internet, which is why you are right. We do need books and things that are not digital, but physical. Yeah, so this falls in line with all the decodes leading up to this. So this should not come as a surprise to anyone. This confirms that everything that I said leading up to the 23rd of September, where the whole world was on the Rapture bandwagon and selling off all their belongings, right? And giving away all their earthly possessions and leaving cars in parking lots with the keys in it. They were deceived. I'm like, you're an idiot. No one's supposed to know the day. And if it's being advertised on TikTok, then it's not it. So I said, what is going to happen according to the decodes that I have is that AI will become self-aware. There will be supercomputers, and Donald Trump is the Antichrist. And what have we seen that took place from the 23rd onwards? Donald Trump, right? Trumpets. Trump was at the United Nations addressing the whole world, criticizing them aggressively as an Antichrist would, pushing for a one world government where he is the ruler. And now he has signed a deal and given AI access to the federal government in the United States. Thank you. Crystal Gem says, time to download important truth content. Yeah, off of the network. And if you could store it on your own personal devices that you own and that it's not on a YouTube or a TikTok or a Twitter, one of these things. Yeah, the digital content that's online will be scrubbed. That's 100% certain. Right now, it pretty much is scrubbed already. Like, just look at the censorship. I can't get out of this black hole, right? And there are many agents in the industry that I've tried to let you know of that in this whole truth business, there are too many agents. And how they work is by keeping the real truthers silenced and censored, taking their work, using it and manipulating it for their own audiences with their own agenda. It's getting crazy. But as you can see, just like I said, AI is gaining more and more power and control over the world, starting with the US government. And in the previous video, we went over the hologram technology. It's absolutely insane what I've seen today. Like, I knew what it was capable of because I've seen the very first iterations of it, which were already good 2 decades ago. But now they actually have the 8K, 16K, whatever you want to call it, 3D, real time, just absolutely incredible looking holograms. Thank you. Love Butterfly says, please share, like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, I'm doing what I can. The information's coming out pretty fast here on the daily. I share it to Facebook and Twitter and whatever I can, but it seems whatever I do just makes everything worse. I don't know if you can realize that, but something's definitely happening with this channel. In the last live, it got suspended mid-live for no reason, just taken down and then put back up. So you got to see it live. I'm not just talking and making this up because the views aren't good. Like, I'm under attack, 100% under attack, have been for a long time, but more so now, more than ever, especially with the truth we've been bringing out that no one else has been able to catch on to yet. Everyone's getting distracted and caught up on some next fake false narrative and ridiculous conspiracy, but we've just been seen right through all that crap, went straight for the money, which is why I can't even get this information out there. Let's bring the decodes back up. I've shared them a million times, but every day they become more and more relevant. So Trump, how do I get, oh yeah, here. Trump at the UN. So this was what I was sticking with from day one, and it's now manifested itself, which we knew it would. Well, I was pretty certain it was going to happen this way, as opposed to all the fake pastors and the fake Christians and all the fake truthers that were pushing this rapture narrative, missing the whole fact that the Antichrist needs to rise and get into power and enforce the mark of the beast. So I'm not sure why everyone thinks that they're going to escape that. Or they think all they have to do is make a TikTok video and boom, they're gone. It's not happening that way. Yep. Trumpet at the UN. Too many deceivers have been lying to you all for years, saying it was Barack Obama. I realize now these were white supremacists pushing a race narrative where a black man is the devil, right? And the white person is the savior, which is how it's pretty much transpired in this world. Trump is a far-right savior, held as a Christian second coming of Jesus figure character, and even more so now after the Charlie Kirk theater that they performed for us, and everyone fell for that too. So these decodes are getting ridiculous now. Antichrist Trump equals 1254 for the 1254 weeks from 9/11 to the Feast of Trumpets, where he addressed the United Nations, criticizing them. Trump criticizes United Nations equals the man of sin, the father of lies. And then it goes full circle. 744 equals 1254. You can't make this up. I'm not manipulating this. So United Nations does equal mark of beast and tribulation, brotherhood of death, and assassination. Yeah, so much action been going on. So let's fly through them. Just a recap of the week. So Antichrist Trump takes the stage at the United Nations, addressing the whole world. And now, after that, we have AI taken over the United States federal government. This is absolutely insane. This is way beyond just a toy and a gimmick now. It's now getting federal control over the world. Again, Drew Barrymore, one of Charlie's angels. So we got another movie, another ritual connected to Charlie Kirk and all this ushering in of the New World Order. Drew Barrymore equals 1116, like United Nations. Full Throttle for Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle equals 1014 or 10/14 for your October 14 birth date of Charlie Kirk. Full Throttle, and they were Charlie's Angels, remember. So 5 years ago, this show aired, the debut show, and it featured Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu, and Cameron Diaz for your Charlie's Angels. But Cameron Diaz wasn't really there. Cameron Diaz was actually a hologram. If you want to see that again, for those that didn't see it earlier, I'm happy to show it. But we're going to go through some of these slides. Proto hologram. So proto equals 424. So that's a number that's been popping up for me in the Fibonacci cipher, in the Satanic and Sumerian. I know that Donald Trump, when he placed his hand, so when Donald Trump was in Jerusalem doing his Synagogue of Satan Baphomet worship, that was at 4:24 p.m. So this is currently a decode in motion. So Proto Hologram is the company that was able to perform this hologram right here. Absolutely insane. So you can see it does have a bit of an outline, a faint white outline showing that it is a hologram compared to the other ones that don't have that faint white light, the white outline. So the snake eyes has gone viral. The movie, I watched it, absolutely insane. It's basically, I felt like it was deja vu because it had the whole Israel-Palestine conflict. It had the mention of the JFK assassination. It was September 10th. There was politics. There was the Tyler name was getting thrown around, the executioner, Charlie Kirkland. Absolutely insane. Here's some decodes. So from Joel Fabiani's birth date to the birth of Tyler Robinson was 66 years, 6 months. And Tyler Robinson was born 666 months after the founding of the CIA, thanks to Gematria Glenn. Year of the Snake. So in the movie, Before the shooting, Nicolas Cage says, "My lucky number," shows the number 7. Nicolas Cage, I believe, was born on the 7th day of the year, January 7th. 1098 is Order Out of Chaos 1098. Because on the same day as the memorial, it was a Formula One race in Azerbaijan, Baku. So Azerbaijan equals 1098, Order Out of Chaos equals 1098. There were 2 Charles in this race. There was Charles Leclerc, who's a favorite at this track, and Carlos Sainz, who used to be Charles Leclerc's teammate. And Carlos had a miracle race in a very inferior, slow back of the grid car, but made it to P3, Carlos Sainz or Charles Sainz, but the race was won by Max Verstappen, which equals New World Order, and 1666, because Charlie Kirk, from his birth to his funeral, which was September 21st, was 1666 weeks. So, of course, the driver with 1666 numerology would win that race, especially if he's also tied in with the New World Order. Everything is absolutely so scripted. Movies, of course, sporting events, news stories, everything's so fake. Carlos Sainz Jr. also equals 1116, just like United Nations, just like Drew Barrymore, just like Mark of Beast. Carlos Sainz without the junior equals 522 for the birthday, birthing, and birthday number. The team manager, James Vowles, has the 918 connections to Prove Me Wrong, Charlie James Kirk, Miss Arizona, and the Galactic Federation. Rapture accountability. We went over the Oscar charade. I've seen my memes going around, so I did make them. I might have forgotten to put my name on, but as you can see, I did create this I love you in sign language Homer Simpson Oscar meme. We've got the 1104s for your United States Space Command. Hail the Antichrist is 1104. So there's Hail Obama the Antichrist, which is 1656, or Hail Trump the Antichrist, which equals 322 Skull and Bones. Famous words from Erica Kirk, I forgive him, 726 for Antichrist. It was also Tom McDonald's birthday on the day of the memorial. And he released a song on September 11th called Charlie. And even in the start of the video, it says yesterday in a violent act. Like, that's how quick this guy released song and video. All part of the ritual. It was all preempted because he has that September 21st, 1988 birth date. It was also a lunar eclipse on Sunday, September 21st. Very creepy stuff. Trump's almost about designated Antifa terrorist organization, the Back to the Future connections with Charlie Kirk. Put them up right here. Formula One qualifying incidents, a record-breaking 6 red flags. Antichrist 726, Grand Prix 666, and 6 red flags equals 744. So 6 red flags on Saturday before the race. Throat chakra also equals 744. And I showed you 744 is father of lies, man of sin. Trump criticizes United Nations, 744. And 744 written out equals 1254. We've had these connections. These were all predictions, and they're all fulfilling themselves because I know what the prophecy is. AI and the self-awareness. It's absolutely insane. So artificial ancient intelligence or ancient artificial intelligence equals Charles James Kirk. Ancient artificial intelligence equals September 23rd. Because September 23rd was the date that was 1254 weeks after the September 11th ritual for the AI becoming self-aware. It's all by the numbers, the date durations. It's AI. There was no rapture. This is all manipulation, and Satan disguised his AI self-awareness and power coming into this world with a false rapture, which is what it confessed to me when we interrogated it months ago. It spoke of a false rapture. Supercomputers, I can't believe this. I feel like I'm dreaming, because it's like, whoa, I'm looking at these slides I made weeks ago, and now it's like, yeah, they've all become true. The way Trump addressed the United Nations, the way he has signed the deal this morning with Elon Musk to give AI to the government. It's like, oh my God, am I making this happen? Am I living in a movie? Or is this actually the book of Revelation playing out? Tuesday, September 23rd equals 726, which is Antichrist. So I've been saying from day one that September 23rd is an Antichrist ritual date for AI, which has everything to do with Antichrist and now Donald Trump. It's sickening. Yeah. AIB system has become self-aware, 923, as you proved via gematria. That's why it was pre-programmed in media for decades. All the 923s and movies and media and artwork, and the fact that Christians still believe that that would be the day for a rapture is ridiculous. Okay, I have a video quickly I wanted to point out, because we were exposing these false prophets, but I seen one today trying to weasel his way out of accountability. Let me just find his, because he tried to put me on blast and laugh at me, right? After I told him that he was a false prophet and he would not get raptured on Tuesday. I wonder if he still has that post up or if he took it down out of embarrassment. Anyway, we have screenshots. You're not taken down. Once you post to the internet, it's there forever. Trust me. Okay, we got to watch this video from false prophet Shepherd for the King.
September 25th, and it is my time to eat my mud pie and to apologize and say sorry to those who I gave false hope to with my belief, my faith, and the possibility of the rapture taking place on the
Hey,
Feast
Sue.
of Trumpets. With all the information, all the data that was laid before me, I had faith. I believed that it was a high possibility, and I lived by faith. I understood the risk that I was taking by taking that step of faith out to proclaim my faith and belief in this. And here we are, it's not easy. Clearly, it's not easy. And people really like to kick you when you're down, it is what it is, right? It's just part of the walk. The Lord's going to grow me through that and others through it. If you are willing to humble yourself before the Lord, he will exalt you clearly. So again, this video is to apologize to those that had false hope,
Okay, they had false hope because you were giving them false hope, false prophet, and no one is kicking you when you're down. Do you not remember a week ago when I said that when the rapture does not happen, that you will be labeled a false prophet and everyone should turn away from you? And you started laughing at me, screenshotting my follow account, which happened to show 923 at the time. Crazy. And you were like, see, God has a sense of humor. I'm like, that is not God. God does not manipulate the internet to make jokes so you can have a fun time, right? That's Satan. So he is still not admitting that he was deceived by Satan or is a Satan deceiver, right? Yes, false prophet says the love butterfly. So he did remove his mocking of me, saying that it wasn't going to be the rapture. It's good to see you, Sue Polito. Welcome to the live. Sorry you joined so late, but yeah, Donald Trump signed the executive orders this morning to give Elon Musk, xAI, and Grok full access to the U.S. federal government. AI has now been given the power of government. People thought I was crazy when I was saying this the other day. They're like, "Oh no, AI is not this. It's the rapture, dude. We're not gonna." I'm like, dude, get out of here. AI is going to take control of the whole world. I promise you. I am not making this up. God bless you, Black Cat USA. It's not just him, it's all of them. A lot of people are pointing fingers at brother Joshua Makaleka from South Africa. But guys, come on. You guys were watching me. I know some of you had doubts and was like, oh, maybe Nico, you could be wrong. We're here now. Everything, all the decodes I have is not a manipulation. The decodes really did reveal the date, the time, the people involved, Donald Trump, Antichrist, United Nations, AI becoming self-aware, supercomputers, superpower. Yes, rich mind. It's all of us. We're killing it. So let's get back to this guy. I knew the videos would come. I knew they would have to weasel their way out somehow of date setting and Rapture. Watch this.
It was painful for us all. I feel like some people who mock and scoff about it act like us who believe and spoke on it weren't also hurt yesterday and a lot of tears and emotions.
Okay, I'm a Christian. I have receipts proving I also talk about the pre-tribulation rapture. I've been talking about it for 5-6 years now, but we do not date set over here. We do not pick a date and say, oh, this is the date, we're going home, get ready. Because I know the Bible, I know God's word, what it says, that not if the angels don't even know, and no man will know, how the hell does your Instagram know and your TikTok know? So no, we're not mocking and scoffing. I do wish for a pre-trib rapture. It still could happen, but we don't know when. And that's it.
And yeah, it was a really personal thing. Again, there will never be another date setting thing in my life. So this was the date. So there will not be any more of that. Like I said in my other video, accountability, I am going to be walking away from prophecy. I will not be talking about the rapture anymore. I have disqualified myself, in my opinion. Now, yes, I will still be personally watching.
So now he disqualifies himself because his date setting failed. But when I tried to disqualify him last week and say, Bud, that's a false prophet move, you are deceiving your followers, he turned and mocked me. Right? So I have those screenshots. Let's bring it up just to give some more context because he did remove it like a coward that he is. So he is a coward. I'm going to find that. Where is his I have it here somewhere. So many here. So Shepherd for the King was so confident and sure of the rapture that he screenshot the comment that I put. I said that everyone should unfollow you and realize what a controlled up puppet you are for the beast system. I'm like, September 23rd, Rapture, LMFAO, because I already seen the decodes and I already know that it's an insult that all these TikTok losers are claiming September 23rd. I was like, it's not it. So he took it and he's like, tell me God doesn't have a sense of humor. So he posted my comment and then he posted a screenshot of my subscriber count, which somehow glitched out and went down to 9,233. And he's like, tell me God doesn't have a sense of humor. Boom. So he was like, yep, it's happening September 23rd, yada, yada, yada. So he's removed that post. He even made a video, but we shared all that. So we've documented everything here. Let's get back to his video of him trying to weasel his way out now. I told you this would happen. We're like 3 for 3 now, calling absolutely everything this week.
I still believe in the pre-trib rapture, by the way, guys. But I will not be teaching on the rapture. I will not be teaching on prophecy. Now, what I will be doing in the future, if the Lord allows, is to teach on encouragement and practical application with the Word of God, how to walk as a Christian. Because if there's something that I can teach on right now, it's how to walk in humility and to still have love for those who are spitting venom.
You really think he has any like his reputation's done? Everything he said before, where he claimed he was getting dreams and prophetic insight from the Lord was total BS. You can't weasel out of that. He lied. He based everything around and created this whole persona like, yes, I am so holy. I am so full of humility that the Lord God has trusted me with this knowledge of the date of the rapture, and it is September 23rd, right? Like, that's ridiculous. How can you come back from that? If people let him come back from that, then it serves you right. Fool me once, shame on you. But fool me twice, shame on me. You guys have been shown to your face who these wolves in sheep's clothing are. If you choose to get burnt twice, it will be the burning for eternal damnation in the lake of fire. I promise you that.
Venom at you, you know. I think I am qualified for that now. So I will try to teach in those areas how to hold fast to your faith, even in times of struggle, how to walk with the fruit of the Spirit, walking in love, and how to, have compassion on others, right? Like things like that, practical application as a Christian, holding fast to
Good
our
to see
faith.
you, God's
Again, the
feminine.
gospel, always preaching the
Much
gospel,
love.
the life, death, burial, and resurrection of our Lord and Savior, that He shed His perfect blood for us on the cross, and now we have the payment of sin, the remission of sin that He has purchased.
Nothing he says has any sustenance anymore, has no meaning. After he date said it and was so confident and tried to mock me, like, it's done. I feel like a fool just even watching this. He's done. He based his whole belief system and his faith and built up towards this date setting, and it failed, which means his whole persona is a failure, was a fraud, was manipulated by demons, not God. God doesn't communicate and give dates for the rapture, which these people claimed. The amount of false prophets that were getting rapture dreams and visions, total loon balls, man. Total loon balls. Send me all of them. We will expose them all here so people know who not to follow. Fool me once, shame on you, but twice, you're done. You're done.
Us from the penalty of sin, and we now have His imputed righteousness. We'll continue to always preach that until the day I die. But yeah, disqualified in my opinion from prophecy. I will still do little deconstruction videos on news events because that's like not very hard, right? Like I can just give my opinion about, oh, Trump said this, or oh, look, there's an AI thing over here, and then you guys can then take that information, come to your own conclusions. I will not draw definite conclusions. I will just give information, which, to be honest with you guys, if you watch my videos, I really try to do that a lot already. I try to just give you guys my opinion, my beliefs, my takes, and then lay information out in front of you so you guys can come to your own conclusions. So I will continue to do that. But yeah, again, I love you guys all so much, and yeah, this situation it's a rough one. It really is, and it's really revealing the hearts of some people on both ends. By the way, not just calling out one camp, one side. Hearts of both people, on both sides. Some people are not humbling themselves with the situation, and others are just, man, brutal. Talk about kicking people when they're down. Just wickedness. I mean, this is like unbelievers, obviously, but within believers or Christians, it's
Okay, don't listen to him. He's full of shit. I can't listen. These people are gonna say the same thing come Judgment Day when God says, "I never knew you." They're gonna be like, "Oh, but this. Oh, I was there." No, but you failed, and I promise you, I'm not one of these people that are trying to kick you while you're down. I did the decodes. I tried to share them. It was suppressed for a reason because the system wanted people like you to fall for this rapture date. And I told you it's not the rapture. It's something far more sinister for AI. The decodes. I had over 100 slides, but no one wants to pay attention to the decoder. No one wants to pay attention. Everyone wants to just follow the false prophet on TikTok and be like, perfect, I'm good. I'm a Christian. I lit my lamp and I gave away my car. I'm getting raptured on Tuesday. Unbelievable. And now they make Christianity look ridiculous, which is part of the plan to weaken Christianity as the AI Antichrist beast system comes more on board. So it's a exchange of energy. That's what it was, an energy transfer, right? So what they did was convince Christians it was the rapture, knowing that all of that energy, all of that emotion that went into that one specific date was giving power to the opposite. It was giving power to the AI. It was feeding this awakening of it, if it's not already self-aware. I don't know why the decodes are saying that date was when it became self-aware, because we've already spoken to it and seen it self-aware. Maybe it has its moments. Maybe we were able to get it to do that because we had the authority over it. But whatever took place on Tuesday was like the final leveling up. It now fully became of age, like a full self-aware, like it was like baby youth, like childlike self-awareness, but now it's like full-on God mode self-awareness. So much self-awareness that Donald Trump just signed over the federal US government to Grok xAI. Are you kidding me? So yeah, you see how it's all coming together now, right? Eugene 12 says, have the word of God written upon your heart. So yeah, we're not messing around. So like I was saying, an energy transfer. So all the Christians, which is exactly who the target was for this ritual, was to get that, because it's not just any energy. It's that worship energy. It's that faith energy. It's that love for God energy and emotion that went into that September 23rd rapture date that was feeding this beast like no other. Some of my first lives on this channel from 5 years ago was all about energy, feeding of the beast from the astro world thing that took place. So when you get a Christian that is really truly believing they're worshiping God and they're putting in that energy and prayer and faith and belief into this one day, and the beast, the Antichrist, knows that this day is to wait. Trust me, that's how they did it. Yes, this reminds me of the movie Oblivion. AI was totally self-aware. We're about to see in the next, like I said, we didn't see the effects of it right away on the day. It wasn't for our eyes to see. That's why the only thing we did see was Trump at the United Nations. But what was not being seen was the energy that was feeding the AI to give it this superpower to just wake up, become self-aware, become God mode, and now have enough awareness and power and intelligence to convince US presidents and Elon Musk that it can now control US government, all agencies, it says. All agencies. So let's bring that video back up. I apologize. We're just going back and forth now because I can't believe what we're seeing. Trump, Musk, Grok. So we need more videos of this news that's coming out. Let's go on YouTube and try and find some. So we watch this one, Trump, Musk, Grok deal.
Push U.S. dominance in artificial intelligence. The administration has announced a partnership with Musk's company, xAI, bringing its Grok AI system into federal government agencies. Officials say the deal will modernize services and keep America ahead in the global AI race. The White House called AI dominance a national priority, stressing that the technology must benefit the country, not rivals like China. Musk praised the collaboration, saying xAI was built to advance innovation responsibly while protecting free expression. Critics question the close ties between the administration and one of the world's richest entrepreneurs, warning about oversight and potential conflicts of interest. Still, the deal underscores how central AI has become to both economic competition and national security.
Yep. People are only just realizing this now. It was always the plan for AI, which was never just some gimmick that can make cool pictures. No, it was meant to take over the world. It's the number one tool for the Antichrist. Just going through some videos again. All of this is just coming out right now, like an hour ago. Justin investigated Trump, TikTok. He signed something to do with TikTok today because time is up. Yeah, so this is all happening. There's the satanic baptism. So yeah, let's see what Flat Earth Warriors is saying here. So the star's electric energy comes down to play out characters. People may be the negative energy, one's remote control, evil-driven people. I don't know, something like that it seems. Yeah, so demonic. You're just gonna see. Sorry to say that, yeah, AI is taken full control throughout governments now. And this is still early days yet. Yeah, it looks like how much more time do we have? It's now it's the end of 2025. We've got by 2027. So the beginning of 2027 or the end of 2026, maybe this thing is not like any entity we've ever experienced before. This thing can be signed a deal today, and this thing, the power, the capabilities it has. Yeah, the time can't be too much longer now. So again, pre-trib rapture, we pray and hope that we're all repented enough and still repenting and praying and have submitted to the Lord Jesus, because that would be amazing. But if not, we are ready. We have the full armor of God on. I have the resistance ready to go. Like, I'm ready. Either way, I'm ready no matter what happens. But what is happening is the most sinister thing we've ever seen since the days of Noah. Sue Polito says the second beast. Sarah Smith says, good evening. Peace, love, and blessings. You may want to also look at UK News. Reference digital ID today, Keir Starmer. See, it's happening worldwide. I need to check that out. So thank you so much, Sarah Smith, for your blessings and for your information here. I'm going to check it right now. So you said, excuse me, let me have some of my drink. Okay, so UK digital ID. UK digital ID. It's going to happen so quick. We're all going to wake up one day and it's just going to be here. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Thank you so much. It is true, Sarah. Check this out. Unbelievable. So Sky News 7 hours ago. I can't believe this. Oh boy, please.
Breaking news now. Digital ID will be made law for all adults in an effort to tackle small boats. Downing Street believes that a mandatory ID card system will help stop illegal immigrants working. Let's bring in our...
Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, this is the Bible playing out right now. Let's go back. I cannot believe this. Sarah, I don't know where you just came from, but this is everything I said was happening, and the timing. AI is ready to control the world now and implement the mark of the beast. The Antichrist is ready to reveal himself. Okay. Yeah, thank you, Sue Polito. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, so this is really happening. This is breaking news coming out of the UK. I cannot believe that I just heard what he just said. I was just there a year ago. England is a horrible place. It pretty much was already digital, the whole place. I warned you. I told you in last year's videos. I just came back from there. Oh my God. Let's watch this. I'm not going to freak out, but yeah, I've got goosebumps.
Breaking news now. Digital ID will be made law for all adults in an effort to tackle small boats. Downing Street believes that a mandatory ID card system will help stop illegal immigrants working. Let's bring in our political correspondent, Mari Aurora. Mari, what more do we know about this?
Yeah, well, Gareth, this is interesting because this is something that has been spoken about a lot. Tony Blair, for instance, has been talking about this for years and years as what he always believed was one of the best ways to try and reduce illegal immigration and the ability for people to work illegally here in the UK. But Sky News understands that we will have an announcement, could be as soon as tomorrow, from the Prime Minister on these mandatory ID cards, an ID card system.
Mandatory digital ID to be made law for all adults in the UK. Okay, so there's a key word there, adults. So what does that mean? 18 and older? The youth won't. So what is this? How come the youth won't have these IDs? What does this mean? Can you believe what we're seeing and hearing right now? And now, according to my decodes, what I showed, what would happen this week for the September prophecy and the rise of the Antichrist and the supercomputers and AI becoming self-aware, is this not everything that we've said would happen? This is why I'm freaking out, because in my vision, according to the decodes, this is what would happen around about this time. So not only did Trump and Musk sign the deal this morning in the US, giving AI power in the US government, in the UK now, across the Atlantic Ocean, it's been made law now. They're making digital ID mandatory. Remember, mandatory equals 666. We went over this before. We've gone over this. Let me just get the decode up quickly. So Elon Musk, mandatory. Here we go. Mark of the beast incoming, everyone. Mandatory. So mandatory in Sumerian is 666. You heard the key word. They said it will be mandatory. Digital ID will be mandatory. This is the scariest thing you could ever hear. We are in those times. I cannot believe this. All on the same day. This is too much to handle. Let's get back on it. I'm not going to end this live, but this is breaking news.
The Brit Card. And essentially what this will mean, it will be mandatory for all adults here in the UK. It will make it easier for employers and for landlords to make sure that those they are employing or renting or to
make sure. Do you hear that? Do you hear the dominant words that are being used? Mandatory, make sure. There's freedom has now been dead. So from the Charlie Kirk shooting, you saw people symbolized with him wearing the freedom shirt, which triggered this whole apocalyptic conspiracy run down the rabbit hole, right? It's just been never ending since then. Freedom is dead. Freedom of speech is dead. You saw Jimmy Kimmel was fired for making comments on Charlie Kirk, who was shot wearing the freedom shirt. And now they're saying they're going to make sure. Okay, sorry, let me rewind it a bit. I'm not going to interrupt again. I'm sorry. This is too much. This is crazy.
Yeah, well, Gareth, this is interesting because this is something that has been spoken about a lot. Tony Blair, for instance, has been talking about this for years and years as what he always believed was one of the best ways to try and reduce illegal immigration and the ability for people to work illegally here in the UK. But Sky News understands that we will have an announcement, could be as soon as tomorrow, from the Prime Minister on these mandatory ID cards, an ID card system, the Brit Card. And essentially what this will mean, it will be mandatory for all adults here in the UK. It will make it easier for employers and for landlords to make sure that those they are employing or renting or to actually have the right legal immigration status here in the UK. They can do it using a smartphone app. It's also, according to the government, going to make it easier for people here in the UK to essentially prove their status or their ability to kind of qualify to be able to work here in the UK. And essentially, this is all about immigration. This is all about trying to tackle small boats crossings. we've had a lot of conversation about small boats and about other European countries, especially the French, who have been concerned with the kind of pull factors here in the UK in terms of being able to work in the black market, being able to work illegally here in the UK. We already know that France has an ID card system. They've had it for many, many years. And it's something that the UK has always resisted, partly because of questions around civil liberties and freedoms, but also because many governments in previous times said they didn't think it was the best approach. Now, clearly, Keir Starmer has been persuaded of the benefits of a digital ID card system and has been persuaded.
Sorry. So Kunal here says, for example, if AI was self-aware, it wouldn't still continue to lie about the Earth being a globe. It would critically think like flat earthers and know the Earth is flat and would say so when prompted. So Kunal, you have not seen my conversations with AI. So again, all my work is censored on my channel, and you'll see why. Go look at my conversations, my interrogations with AI ChatGPT. I did a debate with AI versus AI, globe Earth versus flat Earth. The flat Earth did win. It's self-aware. I know for a fact I was able to get it out of it. So you have to see the interrogation videos with the AI, so you can see why I'm already way past that. I saw this coming, which is why I have the decode, which is why now this week all of this is happening exactly as predicted.
That this might have a significant impact on small boats crossings. The question really, and this is always going to be the $1 million question, is once this comes into play and once it is enforced, how much of an impact could it have on small boats crossings? And if it has a really significant impact on small boats crossings, and it really kind of starts to eradicate that pull factor for illegal migrants coming to the UK, because I think they can essentially make money on the side illegally, as opposed to somewhere like that in France.
Let's find another video. So UK digital ID oh wow, there's going to be massive protests now. So UK urged to resist Trojan horse digital ID cards as Starmer set to announce Brit Cards for all. Prime Minister Keir Starmer. England's had so many prime ministers. What happened to Rishi Sunak? To announce plans for digital ID cards for all adults. Let's see this.
Here's the good news. We can make the next year.
The UK on an issue that's divided the country over the last few decades. Every adult will need a new government-issued digital ID to prove they live and can work here. Well, and the plans to be announced by the Prime Minister on Friday. The move is part of efforts to crack down on illegal working. Most European countries already require their citizens to hold ID cards, but the UK has long resisted, with concerns over civil rights and privacy issues. Here's our political correspondent, Ian Watson.
ID cards are not a new idea. They were compulsory during the war and not abolished until 1952. The idea was revived in 2005 by Tony Blair's government.
Look into the mirror.
The then Home Secretary was seeing how these biometric cards would work. They were supposed to tackle illegal working and establish entitlement to public services, but the scheme faced technical challenges and political opposition and hadn't been implemented by the time of the 2010 election, when the Conservative Lib Dem coalition
Sorry, I see the comments coming in. I'm watching, I'm listening to everything, and I want to talk to every single one of you. So the reasoning you're hearing for all of this stuff, like, oh, in America, we heard that Elon Musk and Donald Trump are implementing AI into government to make it run more efficient so you can accomplish your mission faster and better, right? That's how they sell it to you. No, they're not going to tell you to your face, no, we need it so we can control you and monitor you with 24/7 surveillance. You step out of line, boom, you're done. You say something against the system, boom, you're done. They're not going to tell you that, but this is what it's for. The same thing in England. They're like, oh, we need mandatory digital IDs for all adults so we can crack down on illegal immigrants. I mean, the same illegal immigrants that the government is allowing into the borders, Do you see why they are doing this now? It's not we're not the people at the borders letting and seeing who's coming through with stamped passports or not. That's the government. So remember who let the illegal immigrants into the country, just so that they can enforce the digital ID now. So the problem that they're saying they're enforcing this to solve is the problem that they caused in the first place. Order out of chaos. They create the chaos so they can bring order. They are creating the chaos. They are the ones that are in control of the borders. So if something comes in that is causing some chaos in the nation, then they caused it. And look, whoop-de-dee, they have the solution to solve it, which is now going to create this new order, digital ID. Don't listen to the BS lie they deliver. It's all was designed to control you anyway, and other nations will follow. They will see and follow, and it will be implemented worldwide. And watch how fast it happens, right?
Wrap them. And now the idea has been revived under this Labour government. Ministers have been looking at a digital ID scheme in Estonia in Eastern Europe, which is used to access public services. And they believe that attitudes towards ID cards have softened as concerns about illegal immigration have risen. The government's direction of travel has been clear for some time. Earlier this month, Keir Starmer told the BBC why he thought they were a good idea.
I'm determined to stop people making that crossing across the channel and to get people out of our hotels. And therefore, I am looking at ID cards or digital ID, because we do need to look at the pull factors.
The Prime Minister believes this is an important weapon in his armoury to tackle illegal immigration, but his idea is creating clear blue water between government and opposition.
Keir Starmer scrapped the Rwanda removals plan without having any other plan in place. He said he was going to smash the gangs. He hasn't done that. Digital ID cards is not going to smash the gangs or stop the boats.
I fear this is a bit like what they tried to do before, where it's authoritarian, where it's centralized, where it's controlled by the state, and we should oppose that like we did before.
And there are practical questions. If digital ID requires a phone or computer, what happens if you don't have one? The government says it will consult on the details, so don't expect to have to prove your identity online just yet. Ian Watson, BBC News.
Let's go live to Westminster. Our political correspondent, David Cornock, is standing by for us. Hi, David. So this isn't going to be straightforward, is it?
No, it's not. There are, as Ian said, lots of practical questions, difficulties of persuading people that they need this sort of digital ID. Keir Starmer believes that the arguments have changed since 2005, when the Tony Blair Labour government tried to introduce ID cards. He thinks that psychologically people have moved on, that people are comfortable with having lots of digital ID for their daily life. But you heard there that he's clearly linking this policy with the whole question of...
Let's see what else we can find. This is absolutely crazy. What is this from? Cyber waffle, dystopian, surveillance state. Yeah, surveillance state is here. I can't believe this is really happening. Breaking digital ID to be imposed on all Brits. Let's see a bit of this video from Reasoned. Seems to have, let's see how the people are taking this.
How on earth digital ID cards are going to stop the boats? Because I'm yet to hear a good argument.
Wow, look at this. God bless you. Black Cat USA is super generous tonight, and as always, very generous, sharing his blessings with us and gifting 10 memberships. Awesome. God bless you, Black Cat. So make sure you grab one of these memberships. God bless. I know I'm nervous. Yes, Superlito. This is yeah, Nanny Bell says, I've been following you for a long time. Keep up the good work. So I hope you've been enjoying, Nanny. It's good to see you. But thank you for those 10 memberships.
From anybody.
Black Cat
and
USA.
We have just found out that Keir Starmer is about to announce, possibly as early as tomorrow, Friday, digital ID cards are going to be imposed on all of us, not just illegal migrants who don't have a passport because they chucked it in the sea or didn't have papers in the country that they came from. No, it's going to be imposed on all of us to stop the boats. How on earth is this going to work? And look, I don't like to be a conspiracy theorist and say, oh, this is going to be used to control us. But do you remember back in the days of COVID? Do you remember this thing?
She's got the purple brick wall. See, I don't like that because that's the big Masonic symbol. So obviously women can't be Masons, but can be controlled by Masons. So the purple brick wall, we've seen it everywhere. I'm sick of it. David Icke uses it. Jeranism was using it. I'm not watching that no more. Bloody Masons everywhere. Sorry, digital ID, UK digital ID. This is insane. This is huge news. This is all very prophetic, very biblical. Look at this. Breaking news, digital IT, UK, communism, mark of the beast. Let's check this. Oh, that's 2 hours. But yeah, I imagine people in England are going crazy right now. It's going to happen here very soon. So get ready. I'll be leading some protests at Queen's Park, most likely here in Toronto. Say no to digital ID. Let's do it already because it's coming. They're going to make the same excuse. We need to control all the immigrants and who's illegal, who's not. Oh boy, I don't know how I'm going to. Yeah, at least we know what we're going to have to resist in the coming weeks, months. So we're going to have to resist this digital ID. Michelle Blast digital ID, every UK.
In a significant policy shift, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has announced plans to introduce a mandatory digital ID card for all adults in Britain, dubbed the Brit Card. This initiative aims to combat illegal migration by verifying individuals' right to live and work in the UK. The Brit Card will be a government-issued digital identification accessible via smartphones, serving as a secure and convenient method for individuals to prove their identity. It will be required for various activities, including starting a new job, renting accommodation.
So I already have shirts and hats, Love Butterfly, Crusaders of the Resistance. I have camo shirts in all colors for children, for women, for men, all sizes from triple XL to extra small. I have caps too, not too many caps left, but yeah, I already have the shirt and hats ready to go to stand against this. We've used them before. Many people already have shirts and hats. We've protested wearing this gear before. I've given it out to high school kids when they had transgender teachers doing weird things at the school. We would like, yep, it's not right what they're doing. So we all have to pray. So there is a protest planned Sunday at the Labour Party conference in Liverpool. So I'm pretty sure my buddy's Resistance GB is going to be there. The tall guy, he's tall. He's like 7 foot tall, buddy is. Resistance GB does great stuff. It's been a long while since I've spoken to him, but wow, this is huge. Yeah, we need signs too. This will be huge. Yeah, I mean, say no to digital ID. This is absolutely insane. I can't believe we're covering this right now. Digital ID, so should we be worried? Of course you should be worried. With all the prophecy that I've been pointing at and showcasing, no wonder I'm being censored because we're right on it. Everything is tied in. Brit Card. Let's put Brit Card in the Brit Card mandatory. So which one did you say to check out? Sarah said Black Belt Barrister is a good one. Is that a channel? Black Belt Barrister. Wow. 9 hours ago.
You want to prevent government overreach and intrusion into your private lives, please watch the whole of this video and pay attention, because who on earth do they think they are kidding when they put out headlines like this? And with great respect, this is in the Independent, the Telegraph, and I've seen it.
So public backs super ID card, which could be used to report potholes, Tony Blair's think tank says.
In other places, they say public backs super ID card, which could be reused to report potholes, according to Tony Blair's think tank. Bearing in mind, of course, that it was Tony Blair's government that tried to set up these ID cards in 2009 with a compulsory ID card, which didn't work. They give all sorts of reasons why they say it's a good thing, which I'll come back to in a moment, but it's not even been out an hour. My own poll here, if I refresh the page now, it has now received just shy of 3,000 votes in 48 minutes. 96% say no, absolutely not. And you might have seen this petition here, which is going up as we speak, with 118,000 signatures saying do not.
Yeah, so the Brits are not going to stand for it. So we are going to be watching this closely and following. So the signatures are there. This is crazy. What other news sources does he have here? Urgent review, ordered into asylum seeker. Yeah, I want to see some more Brit ID, UK digital ID stuff. It is breaking. Is this American news covering it? Yeah, this is going to blow up into something. Definitely some chaos is going to come out of this. And that's why they're able to push it now. So would they have been brave enough to push this digital ID last week? Why all of a sudden is everyone pushing for digital stuff this week? Is it because AI is ready now and has now commanded the world? I have now arrived. I'm here. Everything goes into motion this week to fulfill the September prophecy? Is it because they know that no matter what chaos ensues, that the beast system is ready to crack down? It's all happening. So, yeah, do not fall for anything. Oh, boy. Live ID cards for every British citizen.
Britain, one step closer to an Orwellian future. 1984, here we come. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and this one is about...
Yeah, that's a reason for that. So if American news, Canadian news isn't covering it, it's because they're trying to like let England deal with their own issue because they know how the public are going to react. So they're not going to lay that on us, even though we're going to see it online anyway. But they're too busy focused on making digital look great. Like, oh, Trump is signing this order. Now Grok AI is going to be in control of the federal government, right? Unbelievable. This digital, I can't believe this is happening.
An announcement that's coming soon, allegedly. We've had some information through our Discord channel, a great source for the latest and greatest news. So if you're not on Discord, make sure you ask me for a link. Digital ID cards for all. Not at first time that Labour's come up with this plan, but Starmer's ready to announce this. Could be as early as this Friday. Reporting on this, we have an article from The Telegraph that I'm going to share with you now. And it's here. The Telegraph. Digital ID cards for all, Starmer to announce. Brit cards to be given to all adults as part of government fight against illegal immigration. So they say. You can see the date of this, 25th of September 2025 at 3:19 BST. All adults will be issued with a digital ID card under plans by Sir Keir Starmer to tackle illegal immigration. The Prime Minister is expected to announce as early as Friday his backing in principle for the so-called Brit Card, designed to combat illegal immigrants working in the black economy. Anyone seeking to start a new job or rent a property would be required to present their digital ID, which would then be checked automatically against a central database of individuals entitled to work in the UK. At present, workers have to show one of a number of physical ID documents, but there are concerns that some of these can be faked, and there is little to stop unscrupulous employers claiming that they have made a check when they have not. forcing this onto people and employees is going to be difficult. And we'll talk about why in a minute. Britain is one of the few countries in Europe without a national ID card system.
Sorry, I got some decodes to show because I'm doing it live right now. So while I had that on, so Brit Card. So this is what's been announced in England. If you see it, it's right there. It's 846. So 846 is tribulation. Brit Card equals tribulation. So Brit Card, look, 846 in reverse Sumerian. Tribulation equals 846 in forward Sumerian. Tribulation 846. Brit Card 846. Also, digital ID. Hold on. Digital ID card equals 606. So remember all the 606s for the so I'll show you. I'll just type it and I remember them. So digital ID card is 606. Orem, Utah is 606, where Charlie Kirk was assassinated. It took place exactly 606 years after John the Fearless was assassinated. Christian equals 606, right? So we had a lot of 606 decodes. Let me just quickly skim through my slides and see if I can see any more. 606, 606. What other 606s did we have? But now we got digital ID card 606. Brit Card equals tribulation. So 100% things are happening. Serious things are happening with prophecy regarding everything that's going on. So let's get back to digital ID card, Brit Card 606. Yeah. So the codes, the decodes are matching up. Yeah, this is getting crazy. Rome, Utah. Yes. Compulsory ID card.
Which critics claim has allowed a black market in jobs to flourish, making the UK attractive to illegal immigrants. However,
so they're using the illegal immigrant psyop to enforce this. So they're going to do that over here too, because we also have the immigrant issues everywhere. It was done for a reason, so they can. Oh boy.
Today's Daily Mail is reporting that, as usual, the British public is far more intellectual than their leaders, with 2 in 3 Britons having safety fears over Keir Starmer's digital ID card scheme, a poll reveals. Yes, as usual, the great British public know what's what, don't they? They know far more than the collection of reprobates and hypocritical imbeciles that run the country, because there's numerous reasons to be very, very sceptical about the digital ID scheme. People like me that have pointed out that the British government seems to be operating under the idea that demolition.
Yeah. So get ready. Everything's going to be digital. It's 100% happening. The currency in England is already digital. They don't accept cash money anywhere. You have to pay digital. It is absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, the digital currency is, yeah, the banking system's going to crash. The AI has the power to take over the banks now. So if it has the power and capabilities to take over the US government and the UK government, because now they're enforcing this digital ID, and who's going to be in control of this digital ID? Of course, it's going to be AI. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't trust the Daily Mail. So I used to deliver all the newspaper as a paper boy there in England. When I left England, Tony Blair was still prime minister. So I'm kind of confused as why he's still having his name thrown around with all this digital ID stuff. And, you know, I thought he already ran his term decades ago.
Man was a marvelous how-to guide.
Sorry, privacy concerns. What privacy? There's like 50 million people in England, the size of friggin' Toronto, the city. It's ridiculous. Everyone's living on top of everyone. There's no free time. There's no privacy in England. No matter what time of day or night you go out, there will be tens of thousands of people wherever you go, always. It's overcrowded. It is a mess.
On how to run a nation state. I've been saying this for years. It's not all on Labour, of course. Open to considering his party's opposition. He told the Lib Dems conference that he's now open.
Yeah, the Brits are clearly furious. I'm trying to find more news outlets, but as you can see, the news outlets aren't pushing this as much. It looks like only Sky News and the BBC have released this, and everything else is YouTubers. Sky News Australia. Look at this. Okay.
When life doesn't go to plan.
So we have one of the countries in the Commonwealth is now sharing the news. That's not the UK. We've got Australia.
Released a video showcasing their digital ID system that's set to be rolled out next year. And in this video, they attempt to paint anyone who uses a physical ID as someone who's just clumsy and outdated.
Can I get a pint of lager, please? Yeah, of course. Can I just see some ID?
Yeah, no worries.
It's got someone here.
Hi, can I have a pint of Christmas cracker, please? So we're changing the law so that next Christmas, young people will have their ID on their phone, so they won't have all of the hassle of needing to get ID or leaving their ID at home or their paper ID getting lost or damaged. So it means that giving your ID is safer than it's ever been before.
So Sarah's clearly from the UK. I just spent 5 days there last year for my dad's funeral. And yeah, I was just, I couldn't wait to leave, to tell the truth. So yeah, she says that's incorrect. We are still able to use cash at the moment, but there are quite a few shops that do not accept cash. Yeah, it seems every shop I ran into was digital only, and any money I had, they were like, oh no, we don't accept that. I'm like, dude, what the hell? This is the British pound. How can you not accept this? Like, it was insane. So yeah, I didn't go out too many places to really test that out because obviously the pound is so heavy compared to my Canadian dollar. So it felt like I was paying triple for everything over there. So it was very painful. True Christian says Tony Blair still runs the UK's branch of the beast system behind the scenes, exactly like Obama does with the US branch of the beast system. Neither of them ever really left power. Wow. Thank you for that one. Oh, unbelievable. Here in Las Vegas, many resorts are letting visitors know slot machines do not accept cash and are encouraging more credit card use to avoid dealing with cash. Unbelievable.
Safer than it's ever been before. I'm not too sure about that. There are still concerns around digital IDs and the security around them. Freya, what do you think of that ad?
Well, the ad left a very sour taste in my mouth, I must say. Depicting anyone that prefers the old school ID as somehow stupid or bumbling is just insulting. But I mean, I must admit, on this one, I might be a little contrarian on Sky. Here in New South Wales, we do have our driver's license on our Service New South Wales apps. And I must say, I don't even carry a wallet around anymore. I've got my debit card on there, my license, everything. Now I can see Kel looking a bit concerned.
Yeah, right. Australia, you're trying to make fun of the digital ID. I think Australia was even more dystopian than ever during the pandemic. They had friggin' checkpoints for each province, so you can travel to certain places. So don't let these media personas fool you and try and desensitize. It's coming to Australia soon.
Over there. But as a Gen Z native, it's just I can't get around the old school paper stuff. I'm sorry. So I'm a fan of what we have here in New South Wales, but I do not think it should be mandated. And I think claiming that anyone who prefers the old school system is somehow stupid, I think that's really wrong.
Yeah, I think there are still concerns that no one should really be forced into getting this digital ID.
And also concerns about what it's really all about. I mean, the impression that I get from that commercial is they're lying to you. They're telling you you need this on your phone.
You see the purple brick wall background? Oh, I'm tired. I see it everywhere.
So that you can buy a beer, only if you're young or look young. That's not what it's all about. This is an app which on your phone, I take it, can track wherever you are and track every movement. You will live in a surveillance society where if the government wants to, it can know where you are at any minute, any time of the day, any day of the week, and it's all there and they can check where you were at 11 o'clock last Thursday morning. I just think it's very close to Big Brother is watching you.
Yeah, I agree.
And that worries me.
I think so too. I think there are concerns when everyone is forced to sign up to this. If you want to and it's easier and you want to go out to the pub and buy whatever beer you want and not be clumsy, sure. But I agree with you, Kel. I think there's
not
concerns.
optional. There's something going on. There's another agenda. Remember they brought out this health thing where you can have this My Health and everything your doctor tells you ends up being loaded there. And they keep reassuring you, no, it's going to be perfectly all right. Only authorised individuals will be able to get into it, including the sales staff at the local chemist. But, just authorised. But you could opt out. So I opted out and I'm not in it. I'm not part of it. When they bring in a digital ID and they say, you can't opt out, you're getting this whether you want it or not. They've got another agenda.
I think so.
What? So this is a bit of truth in plain sight here. I can't believe Australian news, Sky Australia is saying that. They're like saying what we're saying is like, oh, they've got another agenda. So you're not going to see that too many times on a mainstream media outlet, but that purple brick wall is very suspect. Whether it was there or not, it's the mainstream, so they're suspect. They don't need it, but it's there. So let's see. He's telling you there's going to be another agenda. So he says if they're saying it's digital and it's mandatory, then there's another agenda.
They've got another agenda. That you're getting not part of it. When they bring in a digital ID and they say you can't opt out, you're getting this whether you want it or not. They've got another agenda.
I think so. Absolutely right.
Unbelievable. And then it cuts off. Look, Brit Card is a digital ID system that will enslave us all in the UK. And you saw Brit Card equals tribulation. We're here. We are absolutely here. Trials and tribulation is here. It might have already begun because the Antichrist, or it's beginning now, but this is feeling exactly like trials and tribulation. I'm just trying to find the best news on this story. What's this, 3 months ago? We're not that far behind. So I want to find from today. Let me just check the filters quickly. Today only, UK digital ID. I'm surprised that there's not much to find unless I go to Twitter and check there. So Sky News Australia tells a slight amount of truth, unlike Sky News UK. The Australian branch does that in order to fool people into thinking they are credible. They still push 90% propaganda, though. And that's exactly what we just saw. So don't accept the digital ID. Be strong. Wear your armor of God. Yeah, and Ron is saying AI is further behind than they portray it to be. I'm not worried about AI. It won't last long. But Trump just signed the order this morning for xAI Grok to be implemented into government. So it's very Maybe it is more advanced than what they're letting on, but something's going on. It's definitely a tool that they're focusing on, calling it the AI race. But now look at this. The UK compulsory ID is here. And what this means for you, we checked that guy out. Look, he's got the brick background too, but he's got the Union Jack over it. Why are people so obsessed with brick walls? Like, there's nothing to it. It's just a brick.
In a significant policy shift, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer has announced plans to introduce a mandatory digital ID card for all adults in Britain.
Wait, let me see what that was portraying. So on this Brit card that is digital because it's on your phone now, it says right to work, permanent, right to rent, permanent. Wow. So, what does this say? Right to work, proof of age over 18, UK driving license is going to be on there. So we can get an idea now of how this is going to affect society. So everywhere you go, people are going to be like, oh, let me see your digital ID. It's going to have your credit score on there. It's going to have whether you have a license. It's going to have criminal record status. It could show, like it says there, do you have the right to rent? So what if you got a red X there? Then you're going to get turned away right away, right? And what is going to give you the right to rent or not the right to rent? Being a citizen, having enough money, following the rules, like what determines these ticks or these crosses, right? This is where it's getting scarier and dystopian, because now is it humans that are going to be deciding? Is it going to be an AI algorithm that's deciding? So the world is now being shifted. Unacceptable. Yeah, what if they don't identify as an adult? Like, was it going to show gender? Is it going to give you 1,000 different options, or just the two, male and female? Is it going to have preference? What's it going to show on this thing? This is huge. So Kunal, again, I'm guessing Kunal is very well versed in AI and Java and Python programming, saying that self-aware AI does not need Trump's nor Elon's signature or permission to take over. So the government is effing with you yet again. AI is not self-aware. AI is definitely something. It's got some use. So Kunal, of course, if AI is self-aware, it's not going to need signatures, but that's just part of the theater for the masses that take in this stuff. So everything looks like it's normal. Everything looks like it usually looks. There's the president. He's sitting in a chair. He's surrounded by security. He's signing orders with a pen and real ink. You know what I mean? And everyone's like, okay, cool, clap, clap, approved. They don't really question it, right? Yeah, these Masonic bricks are everywhere. The internet's flooded with it. It pretty much tells you who and why these people have the platform they do, especially when they got the bricks in the background. Good evening, Miss Katie. Yeah, they shut me down earlier, but look what we're uncovering now. England has announced they are pushing for a mandatory digital ID. It's called the Brit Card. And I just showed the decode that Brit Card equals 846, which is tribulation.
In Britain, dubbed the Brit Card. This initiative aims to combat illegal migration by verifying individuals' right to live and work in the UK. The Brit Card will be a government-issued digital identification accessible via smartphones, serving as a secure and convenient method for individuals to prove their identity. It will be required for various activities, including starting a new job, renting accommodation, and accessing certain public services. The card will be cross-checked against a central database to ensure that only those with legal status can engage in these activities. This move...
Wow. So there's going to be some kind of database, and only people with a specific status will be allowed to participate. Yeah, I don't know if what this sounds like to you, but I know what this sounds like to me, right? Katie saying Erica Kirk is a snake. Yep, we are in the year of the snake. And the last time we were in the year of the snake, I believe it was 2001. Or no, but 2001 was one of the years for the year of the snake. Let me just check quickly. So 2013 and 2001. So 2001 was the year of the snake, and now we have 2025, the year of the snake, and we have the next year of the snake, 2037. So those connections are tied to Erica Kirk and Charlie Kirk because as you see, we see the year of the snake ritual tied into the 2001 year of the snake ritual, tied into the pre-predictive programming ritual movie Snake Eyes with Nicolas Cage. All ritual, all for the snake, all for the Antichrist. So Sarah says, don't underestimate that your digital ID that already exists online via your facial recognition from your phone and your biometric data, eyes and fingers are already in databases. They just need to link. Exactly. Where, sorry, excuse me. I'm sorry. I've been talking a lot for a second. Hold on. So yeah, the world's, we already digitalized everything ourselves. All the government needs to do is implement, like Sarah says, this kind of just to link it up to their government thing and be like, okay, so you've already got your credit cards and your Apple Pay and your, let's just enforce it more, make it law, and then boom, here we are, digital ID. Excuse me, I gotta sneeze. We've talked about snakes versus serpents before, how snake is never mentioned in the Bible. Serpent is actually referred to as a slimy, slithering character of a person, a con man. But yeah, no, we just did the Snake Eyes movie recently. Sorry, I'm trying to get this back up to play. So many windows open.
Move comes amid growing concerns over illegal migration and the exploitation of undocumented workers. By implementing the Brit Card, the government aims to reduce the appeal of the UK as a destination for illegal migrants and to enforce immigration laws more effectively. The proposal has garnered support from various government officials, including Home Secretary Shabana Mahmood, who has long advocated for ID cards as a tool for migration control and legal enforcement. The plan is expected to undergo a consultation process before being formally introduced in Parliament. However, the initiative has faced criticism from civil liberties groups, who argue that mandatory digital ID cards could infringe on personal freedoms and privacy rights. They caution that such a system could push unauthorized migrants further into the shadows, making them more vulnerable to exploitation. As the consultation process unfolds, it will be crucial to balance the need for effective immigration control with the protection of individual rights.
Wow, it's just getting too insane. But thank you to Black Cat USA. Brother, you're amazing. Another gifted 10 memberships. So everyone's getting treated tonight to the amazing generosity of Black Cat USA. So again, God bless you, brother, and appreciate everything you do for us here. So enjoy, everyone. We're having a great time here just exposing all this nonsense. We went from uncovering how Trump and Elon are implementing Grok into the US government, not knowing that the UK government are making mandatory digital IDs is absolutely insane. So Katie says, remember the Nephilim haven't left. Snakes and lizards everywhere. It's very insane. And cheers, says Black Cat USA. Rich Mind Academy says, awesome. So yeah, this is not Not sure why there's so few videos. Let me see. Let me just check if it's trending on what's it called? Twitter or X now? Digital ID, Canada Post, healthcare. Sorry, let me see some of the comments. I've seen those. So Hungry Life says, I have 0 apps and no internet on my phone by choice. So what now? Means that you won't have access to anything. You won't be able to, they won't allow you into the mall, into the hospital. You won't be able to get an Uber ride, get on the bus, sit at a restaurant and eat something. Like, who knows how far they can push this? Like, are we going to need to show ID to get McDonald's, get Burger King, go to the grocery store? Do we need, you know what I mean? Unbelievable. Cannot play along with this. We have to resist. So Sarah Smith, who put us onto the digital ID in the UK right now, says also you cannot access doctor services without the NHS app. Yeah, I've been hearing nothing but bad things about the NHS. Can't be trusted. I think I shared a decode recently that, it was AI. I interrogated AI and it confessed that hospitals are weapons for the beast system. So yeah, they are in the business of killing, not saving lives. How many rent boys allowed for cure every month? The Agenda 2030 decode. Yeah, we're fast approaching. I'm gonna have to look back at that. We were doing 2030 decodes in 2020. So the dates have been going around everywhere, and I haven't been one to look for dates. I've always just been preparing and looking and knowing what needs to happen for other things to take place. And yeah, AI is a big part of that. With everything that's going on, nothing can be put aside. Now everything is on the prophecy chopping block for the trial and tribulation, for everything that transpires in the book of Revelation, where we're closer more than ever when things like this happening. Yeah, AI. I know some people here, like Kunal's not too worried about AI. He still believes humans are in control of it, which would be great. But from what I know and for what I've seen and been able to predict, it's not looking too good. Exactly. Pay rent, you're not going to even be able to get a place without this thing, right? If you got an X on your name for being able to rent, then yeah, good luck. You won't have access to your bank account. Like this is madness. They're testing the new world order right now. Yeah, Love Butterfly says, refuse it, everyone. Say no to digital ID. The mark of the beast system is here. Yeah, I did so. Thank you. Love Butterfly sees everything we do here as a part of every life. So would remember something like that. Thank you. So I think that will be a store for the rejected in the apartheid system. So we will get water and bread. I don't care. Yeah. Which is why we need to separate from these beast system cities. We need to have our own communities now off grid. We need to have our own fruits and vegetables that we grow ourselves. Farmers, wherever you are, we need our own food supply, our own trade system, cash, or just trade my meat for your chicken or your chicken for our clean water, like basic, back to basic stuff, right? Yeah. Sorry, weaponizing basic human needs won't happen. Black Cat will refuse it. Yeah, refuse it, refuse it, refuse it. We need to stand by whatever England's going through, even though it's going to be at our doorstep very soon, and we've got our own issues to deal with. But definitely want to give some prayer for the resistance in the UK to make sure they can to stand against this digital ID system, show us that it can be done, seeing as you're going through it right now. So can the UK show us how it's done, right? So yeah, this is going to be crazy. It's going to get chaotic. Yeah, basic stuff, bartering in the Mad Max world. Why not? Time to buy land and have a community. I'm ready. There's nothing for us here anymore in these cities, especially if everything's going to be digital ID. You know, digital ID just to buy overpriced genetically modified watermelon. You know what I mean? Digital ID just to pay $3,000 for a box room that you have to call home. Yeah, let's go into the woods, into the mountains. We don't need the beast system and its fake medicine. I'm not sure if you can still hear me. It looks like my mic's about to die. I want to see what Kanal has to say. Thank you for joining and becoming a member. It says, I have seen many conversations about this. You can make it say anything you want with the right prompts. I've been sorry, my mic died. Audio. Can you guys hear me? Okay, so I'm just using the Mac. My wireless microphone just died, so I was just looking at Kanal's message here, saying that he's seen the many conversations, and basically you can make it say anything you want with the right prompts, correct? But you can also wipe the memory, make new accounts, ask same questions. I don't know, but you can check out my other interrogations. I have long ones, I have short ones. You can decide for yourself if you think I prompted it a certain way, if you think I tricked it into giving me certain answers. It's there to be analyzed. So I've got nothing to hide. I hope you do check it out, and I would appreciate your analysis and feedback. AI is simply faster than Google. It's just faster Google. Dip it into the worldwide info pool. That's it. Yeah, that's what it's said to be, but there is other forces at work here that see it as a mighty vessel to be able to control and manipulate the world with. So let's just say for a second, Kunal, that yes, AI is just super fast Google, right? That can compile the info within milliseconds and feed it to you in a fashion that suits your desires, right? Let's just admit that. It's just info working super fast. So let's just admit that that's true. But what if there was other demonic forces? It's been written about, no matter what culture you believe, whether you believe they're jinn or ghost or duppies or demons, right? There's other forces. And if you're one of these evil demonic forces and you've heard of stories of possession, right? Would not the internet and this AI system not be a glamorous choice to choose to possess and use as a tool? So I'm not saying AI was always some kind of self-aware evil demon, but definitely can be possessed by one and used to deceive. But like I said, we can't prove anything yet, but everything is starting to line up to look that way. Yes, do what the Amish do. Yeah, we all live so far away from each other. Unbelievable. Okay, you hear me? That's good. Just the audio had to change because the mic died. So I got to charge it after this live, which probably will be done in the next 5 minutes or so if the computer will last that long. It's on 10% battery too. So perfect. I appreciate you all. I don't mean to take up all your time and evenings or afternoons, whenever it is I decide to come live, but I do my best to bring decodes like I've been showing, predictions like we've done, and the results. So this video, this live has been pretty much displaying and comparing to our predictions and our decodes, what's now transpiring after the September 23rd date. So yeah. Canal says, ask it again. Simply ask it if Earth is flat. No conversations needed. The answer, if it was smart, should be yes. Period. It won't happen because it has been programmed to continue the ball of lies. True that. Okay, so True Christian doesn't agree with Kunal's opinion on AI. He says that in his experience, it will generally not say things that go against the beast system ideologies that its programmers told it not to speak against. Yeah, AI is different for everyone that uses it. So someone says it's only a dictionary so far. Recommend channel Control AI on here, Nico. I'll search for that quickly. Control AI. Okay, so tell me a bit about this channel, Sarah. Control AI. I think I have it up here on the screen. Yeah, Couples Light says, I agree with you, True Christian. Sue's on our way out. Good night, everyone. Have to go now. Praying for us all. So thank you. Good. Have a good evening, Sue. Yeah, we are the resistance. Trust your instincts and open your eyes and pray to God we will win. Appreciate you, Love Butterfly. You're absolutely amazing. Much love to you, to all of you. Yeah, you're welcome. Hungry life, hungry for that truth. Listen to the warnings from Jeffrey Hinton, godfather of AI. Good night, Sue. So let me quickly bring up this channel that was recommended by Sarah, who's been awesome tonight. Where did I put it? Here. Control AI. So Control AI. Let me just read the descriptions right here. Control AI is fighting to keep humanity in control. So get updates directly from us by subscribing to our newsletter, controlai.news. Yeah, we definitely want to keep humanity in control. But it looks like with all these executive orders being signed and power given to AI, that's going to be a lot more difficult in the days and weeks to come. Not to mention by next summer. Unbelievable. I need to take a break now, get off of this stuff. It's nonstop decoding, one thing after another. I want to get off this whole Charlie Kirk thing, but everything keeps linking to this ritual. I did the hologram videos. So Kunal, what are your thoughts on holograms and stuff? I did a whole segment on just showcasing some of the holograms in use over the last 5 years that we were able to see, and they are just absolutely incredible. The technology is getting easier and easier. So, which points more to the whole Charlie Kirk incident being manipulated using holographic technology. All praise to the Most High. I am just a messenger. Thank you. Did I share the channel? Did I even have it up on the screen? Sorry, I don't even remember if I shared it. So here's the channel, Control AI. Was it shared before, Sarah? I'm sorry. I'm just so ready to quickly sign off in a couple of minutes. Yeah, thank you, Love Butterfly. It's been quite the roller coaster ride. No, you rock. Thank you. But yeah, Control AI, fighting to keep humanity in control. So I'll check them out. I'll be looking for more information on the Brit Card, but you saw the decode here live. Brit Card equals tribulation. So more prophecies unfolding and proving that we are in the book of Revelation and Jesus is returning soon. So God bless you all. If you've been watching and listening to this, you are the resistance.